don't know. Jen, there was something that we didn't talk about last week.
Oh my God.
Or the week before that.
Thank you, Darren.
So, Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh,
look at y'all.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, because Jen had a different take, I'm thinking, than Darren and I did.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige were going to be on the halftime show for this upcoming Super Bowl. For this upcoming Super Bowl, which will be taking place in Los Angeles at the brand new SoFi Field. So I'm hyped because you got West Coast. Why not have Dre? And I can't think of a predominantly hip hop Super Bowl performance
Ever.
So
Predominantly.
hadn't seen it. Somebody come out and spit a ber, their verse, whatever,
and they run away.
and they're gone. So I'm very excited. Darren, how do you feel about this?
I was. She's all stretching.
I'm stressed.
Ooh. Me. Got my yelling voice ready. I was very shocked to see a thing. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow. That sounds great. And then a part of me was like, well, why marry? Okay, like whatever, cool. I'm just happy that this is a predominantly black hip hop R&B halftime show.
Yeah.
And I said, I wonder how the ratings are gonna go. Cool. Through the roof, maybe.
I think so.
But let's hope.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think one of us, I sent it to the group chat or something.
So. Yeah.
And Jen surprised, I'm going to say both of us. Mm-hmm. Jen.
Hey, Jen, did you know Dr. Dre is going to be on the Super Bowl halftime show?
With Snoop.
On this coming Super Bowl?
First of all, all right, let me give all my disclaimers. Everybody knows how I feel about Snoop. Mm-hmm. I love him. He's the most versatile person in hip hop ever. I say it all the time. Bim says it. Darren says it. We all love Uncle Snoop. I love Snoop. He can do no wrong. Beat a murder case.
Word.
He's best friends with Martha Stewart.
Come on, man.
He's got weed, like
Lines,
retail weed
commercials.
How he's doing Corona commercials. He's doing everything. He's like the Shaq of rap. Like, you know.
He really, everything, all of it.
All of it. Whatever you
it.
got, I'm here. Give me.
Give me.
Snoop. I have no beef with anybody that's on the Super Bowl time. Eminem's a little weird, but whatever. I have no beef with him. Give me.
Don't start.
Give me. Yes, give me.
Hey, before you continue, $100 says that he rises from a platform with a hoodie and a hat, and he does like, man, they go. Yeah.
His knees are weak. he's gonna do it.
He's gonna lose himself. He's gonna bring a plate of mom spaghetti because he opened a new restaurant. What the hell is a walk-up restaurant? Anyway, let me not digress too far.
You ain't from the D, man.
Nobody's from the D anymore.
Because it's so cold. For you, Jen. Only for you.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Pero, first of all, halftime show is 12 minutes.
Ain't enough time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Step one.
Okay.
Step two, Dr. Dre goes with Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre goes with Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick's from Cali doesn't really go with Dr. Dre, but okay.
No, he produced songs on his album.
Yeah. He's West Side.
Yeah.
West Side.
You heard Kendrick's
West Coast.
first album.
West Coast.
Come on, Good Kid, Mad City. You know how many joints Dre produced on that? Oh, come on.
West Coast.
She just won her 90s, early 2000s show. And leave
All I'm saying is...
She wants her, this is what I call music CD.
What I'm saying
she wants to, hey, for the 35 and up set.
That's right. 35 and over, put your hands up. My shoulder hurts. So, my thing is, I don't like pandering. We all know I don't like pandering.
I knew you were going to go here.
And that's how I feel about the NFL for the last couple years. Every time they do something that is like just like a little overly too targeted towards black people, I'm like, okay, y'all went from we can't even understand what Cap's doing to now we're gonna have
the
Gladys
whole
Knight,
rosters,
everything. Gladys Knight gonna remix the Star Spangled Banner, and we just gonna let this happen. Why she remix that?
You know, that reminds me of the last Super Bowl. There was a lot of
blackness.
There was a lot in the beginning.
And the whole Super Bowl, I was like,
we played bingo. We played like
black bingo. Like, okay, Who's gonna bring the bean pies on the field?
Oh my God.
Like, why are we doing so much? We don't need all of that. Just acknowledge black people are part of America. That's it. Just acknowledge that we're here, and that's it. Acknowledge that black people are part of the NFL and are a big part of the NFL. That's it. Y'all ain't gotta do dashikis and all that other stuff. We ain't gotta go that far. So when I seen the lineup, I said, okay, this came clearly out of nowhere. Because we've been asking for this as a people. Can we get something? It doesn't have to be the whole halftime show, but just something that's more urban.
I wanted the whole halftime show.
I know, but we've been asking for just anything a little more urban. We've had pop, which, I mean, it's supposed to be a broad appeal. So we've got Michael Jackson. We've had Prince. We had even Missy Elliott. Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Mars,
so all that, I could, The Weeknd, I'm cool with all that. That makes sense for Super Bowl because it's a broad appeal. Right. Yeah, the Weeknd show was terrible.
That was bad.
But I get it. I'll accept it.
Y'all
trying. Right. And then Jay-Z was like, I'll never do Super Bowl halftime, blah, 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 blah. Then Jay-Z gets into the NFL. Now we just going to go all the way to the whole... Like, that's 5 years worth of Super Bowl halftime shows that you are cramming into one show. Mary could be her own show.
She could, but that wouldn't be appealing to enough people.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Y'all just shake up this bag of black people things.
No. I have to disagree. This is my Skip Bayless. It's my turn.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it.
So, but it's the NFL's fault, right?
Yes. My beef was the NFL, not with the halftime show.
NBA went along. They had beef with our culture all the way up until Allen Iverson. Mm-hmm. So that's wear your suits. You have to look professional.
No tattoos.
Hair braided. Thank God for Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players of all time. He came in, none of that. Got the braids, tatted up, longer shorts, arm sleeves, headbands, commercials with Jadakiss, hip hop. Then they couldn't help it. Mm-hmm. So over the years, you're hearing more hip hop music during the game. And
it's more organic.
It was organic. NFL screwed up for so long. Now, we know predominantly in the league is black players in the NFL. Same thing in the NBA. So naturally, the culture of the players becomes part of the game, right? So the NFL kind of fought against it for so long.
Right. And then made the whole cap thing into bigger than it had to be.
Right.
And you guys did not have caps back. Instead of when people started trying to make it about something else and say, no, he's just making a statement about something that his community is dealing with. It's not about the flag. It's not about the military. He's not trying to disrespect America. He's just making a statement. Instead of just saying that, you guys went along with his rhetoric and then let him be blackballed or whatever. So now, to try to make up for that...
But so here's my thing, though. Now that we're here,
I
accept it.
So
because
my thing is just say, you know what?
Nope, they're not. Why?
And that's my point.
Let me tell you something, sister.
Yes, sir.
You're saying billionaires who don't even care about who's watching the games, white, black, but they don't care. Give me money. What will bring me money?
Money, yeah.
What will keep people watching?
Yeah.
So I don't lose money.
Yes.
They don't care. So they're not going to say anything.
And that's my point.
Oh, Jen, leave it alone. They don't owe you that.
That's my point.
Oh, come
you
on.
guys don't have to go so hard. All y'all got to be like, you know what? We could have handled that better. You don't even have to say we were wrong. We could have handled that better.
Nope.
And we could squash the beef.
Nope.
But you guys are going so hard to do so extra much.
So it's not them, right? So they said, hey, Rock Nation and Jay-Z, take over the halftime performances. So if you tell Darren, hey, we've been messing up and not doing the right stuff, you got it going forward. Mm-hmm. Do what you feel is right. What you gonna do?
If Darren was to
represent.
If Darren was to make the halftime show and say I'm gonna represent, he would have had Dre, Snoop, Eminem, and maybe Kendrick, because that makes sense. As somebody who listens to hip hop, who knows hip hop, that makes sense. He wouldn't have thrown Mary in there just for some extra points.
From a DJ perspective, and for a change of the tone, right? Dre produced. Let's get it crunk up the business dancing.
Nah.
So hold on, Dre produces. So from a DJ perspective, if I'm doing a Dre set, I can't just play hard
You can do
records.
a Dre set for 12 minutes that doesn't involve Mary.
No. Yeah, but you want women to get excited too from a DJ perspective,
appealing,
right?
Is it as appealing? Am I gonna get everybody who I need to get from this Dre set?
Right, Dre set. You got Snoop hard West Coast. You got M
Like
my
said,
mom. You got Kendrick fast rapping. You have to break that up a little.
I get something for the ladies.
Yeah.
No.
None of
What
them
you mean, no?
Besides Snoop,
Because then you're not really trying to represent what you're saying you're representing. If you're trying to represent
represent anything.
Exactly. If you're trying to represent, we're in LA, West Coast, we're
They're
doing a West Coast.
Dr. Dre.
If they're celebrating Dr. Dre in a West Coast set, then do Dr. Dre in a West Coast set. Don't try to pander to the women. Now we gotta pull the black women in.
Because I mean, I wouldn't.
No, it's Mary.
Mary should have her own year. They should do something else with Bad Boy and have Mary and.
Well, she can come back. Beyonce and Bruno Mars twice.
Well, because I'm thinking like if this is supposed to be a Dre set, then make it like halftime show led by Dr. Dre with special guests.
Well, he's in the front of the image, so that's why. At least that's what I saw it as. Since Dre was
when
front
I saw
and
it,
center.
Eminem was in the middle.
I saw it. They're all together.
Yeah, they had Eminem in the middle. It was like an Oreo cookie.
Are you
With
sure?
two blacks. I promise you,
No.
it was two blacks, Eminem in the middle.
Because
I was like, okay, come on.
No, I didn't see. I saw Dre in the middle.
Not the one I saw.
But the connecting tissue and all of that is Dr. Dre.
You are able to connect the tissue because you listen to hip hop and you're an actual hip hop fan.
Yeah, and
If you're talking about the average
regular
that's
Joe,
not
that you're trying to entertain and educate at the same time. Okay, this is a different boom
noise.
You guys know that people that aren't us love all that music that's going to be played.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
so it works.
Right, it works, but it doesn't. If they said we're gonna have Please Delete This and some other person,
something would have to connect us. So something connects them.
Something connects them. If you know the music, you can find that one little piece that connects it. But honestly, it doesn't really connect.
So depending on how they bring it in, right? Like everything that
they're gonna
play,
make it make sense because it's music.
Everything that they play is gonna be a joint produced by Dre. And then when Mary comes out to that, somebody who didn't know will say, "Oh, Dre did that too."
They're not gonna say that.
Somebody who doesn't
They're
know,
not going to say that.
Stop.
They're not going to say that.
Music enthusiastic. Bro.
Yeah, and you don't have
enthusiast is going to say it. Somebody who didn't know that is not going to say that.
If you didn't know it and you love that song,
you're just going to say, "Oh, my song."
I didn't know Dr. Dre had anything to do with it.
It's a 12-minute set. They can't fit a whole lesson.
You didn't know Dre did that?
I didn't.
Wow.
I don't know most production
really
stuff. Yeah, I'm terrible with it. Yeah.
Mary should be with a Bad Boy set. That should be a whole nother year. Diddy should get.
That's gonna happen. You gonna be mad at that too?
No, no. If it makes sense, and I'm cool with it, but it feels like pandering. They're just trying to pull at straws.
If Dre didn't produce any of her stuff, I'd agree. But he got a joint that gets it popping in the dancery.
One song.
That's all you. It's 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 12 minutes. Yeah. How many joints she gonna do? They do have two that they did together, but it's a slower song. But it's 12 minutes. Mary does that. Em will probably get a song and a half. Snoop probably get two. And by then, you don't have that much time.
So I think
you could have left her out.
I think it'd be like a very different... Because, you know, with the halftime show, they have dancers, they have the fireworks and stuff like that. And I can't see that going well. I mean, I see it happening, but it's like, Dre's not dancing. Eminem's not dancing.
Mary don't dance.
What are you talking about?
She got them boots and she does the thing.
Mary dances.
And her song allows for dancers to be part of the show.
Dancery.
Okay. Yeah, and the dance.
And the dancery.
Darren. Come on.
Do you think there's going to be, I mean, there's a lot of people already, but do you think there's going to be like a special cameo guest?
Have to. When you go to a hip hop show, random people just pop up.
Which is why they could have just had it as a Dr. Dre show featuring Snoop and Eminem, and then had Kendrick and Mary J come out as special guests. They did not have to do it like this.
I don't mind them saying
No, you're right. No, I would appreciate that much more.
It just feels like it's too forced.
But we knew when it was Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and the other guy, we knew all three of them were going to be in it in advance.
Did I?
That's 3, not 5.
So what's 5?
It's forced.
No, it's not. It's Dre.
Forced.
They've never done a producer-based one. It was all artist-centric, right? Dre is a producer. He produced for these lifelong classic acts. Mm-hmm. Bring them in. Bring them in. Because Dre's not going to perform a bunch by himself.
All I'm saying is it felt forced. But,
but
once again, I love Snoop. I even love Dre. I love all of them.
You should.
I love all of them, obviously.
Even
Eminem. I love all of them. Eminem, I can't listen to now. It's like, ooh, fingers on a chalkboard. But I have loved Eminem for sure. I listened to The Chronic this weekend while I was cleaning.
Come on, man.
Because now it's streamable.
It wasn't before?
No, it just became streamable like in 2021.
That's crazy.
That's cray. It's kind of like how Aaliyah's album is just now streamable like the last 3 weeks.
That's why I'm glad I have all that music, like MP3s of all that stuff.
Yeah. So, I'm like, I'm throwing the Chronic on. And I thought in my head that I just kind of like the Chronic. But I was like, yo, I really like this album like a lot. And I'm like rapping along. I'm like, I was 9 when this came out. I should know these lyrics. Oh my God. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, to me, if you're going to let Dre, you got to let him do like that hardcore.
You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think Snoop's going to sea-walk across that stage?
He's going to sea-walk. But
you don't think you're going to see something on 3-wheel motion on the stage?
They don't commercialize all that stuff.
It's in commercials, like, literally. So what?
That's what I'm saying.
So what?
I don't know that they're going to be sea-walking across the stage.
Are you?
They're gonna
this is Snoop.
I hope.
He does it on Martha Stewart's show.
Listen, if they let OT Genesis on that stage, I'm on board.
Oh, then you'll be happy, huh?
I'm on board. Because I want it to be authentic. That's my thing. I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to be like some executive in a boardroom who don't listen to this music put together this thing.
You saw the Beyonce Bruno Mars.
Did I?
Did you? You saw it.
Wasn't that the one with Maroon 5 that popped in?
That was the other one that they were on.
Okay.
But when they battled, when Bruno Mars would do a portion of his song and then Beyonce would do a portion of hers, and then that's authentic.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense because
no. I'm saying for how the show gets put together, they have the creative control to do it in that manner, right? These are legends in the game. You think Dre's gonna have somebody tell him how to do his show?
I mean,
come on, man.
And Rock Nation's the one who put this together?
Yeah, come on, man.
Right. I just have to trust it.
Yeah, come on.
I want Cube to pop up. That's all.
Cube's not gonna pop up.
I know he's not, but I want him to.
Other than NWA stuff is,
then
but
you can't do that.
Imagine NWA comes out. See, come on, man.
But it's not gonna be that way because we're trying to mainstream it. So that's too far.
But either way,
you can't do After Police.
Either way, I'm happy because these guys.
I mean, I'm happy because it's not a country.
Yeah, and
I might actually watch this year.
Their biggest singles are mainstream, but it's still hard West Coast stuff. Heck, come on, man. Oh, my goodness. And it's going to offend so many. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
I want it to offend. I want it to be authentic to the point where people are like, ooh, what is this?
People are going to be offended just by looking at all the black on the stage.
Yeah.
That's going to do it by itself. They're going to perform songs that celebrate smoking marijuana.
I want them to.
You know what I mean?
Because it's legal in Cali. I need them to be authentic. I need them to not do the super radio commercial edited version of stuff. I need them to go.
If you've watched any of their performances, Up in Smoke Tour, any of that stuff, none of their stuff looks like that.
I know that. And so if the Super Bowl is different, I'm going to be upset. Yeah. I need them to be themselves.
I don't think they agree to do this if they can't be themselves. There's no way.
I need them to.
Yeah.
And none of them need to do this. Otherwise,
they don't get paid.
They don't get paid. Yeah. That's the other thing.
Yeah. No, come on.
Because you went from last year with The Weeknd doing it by himself, and now this year you've crammed 5 legendary artists into one.
You say that.
I think the by himself thing may have had something to do with COVID.
No,
I think so.
No, yeah, COVID was
I mean, yeah,
because for a little bit we haven't had just one act on stage like that.
But he wasn't even really on stage. He was like in the weird maze.
Yeah, that whole thing, and then a million hymns came out.
But they had him pay for the whole thing. It's one thing not get paid, but he paid for that out of his pocket.
But I bet his streams went through the roof.
And then he put out the tour dates after that. I don't know if the tour ended up happening, but yeah,
he made his money back for sure.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, good for him.
Jen, you're gonna love the show.
I'm sure I'm gonna love the show. I just don't like pandering. 2021 is the year of the panda, and that's the part that I have a problem with. Everything this year has felt like, yes,
But you know what, though? I think for me, I'm okay with it because other than Jordan Peele movies, I prefer this to the alternative.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is music I love. Guess what? I'm going to take it.
Absolutely.
I'm taking it. It's on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Taking it. Yeah. Taking it.
I'm cool with it. I just want it to be authentic.
Yeah. If Rock Nation behind it, legends in the game.
It's kind of like the Verses when they did Beanie Man and Bounty.
Fire.
If you're a reggae fan, that is authentic to you. But if you were just trying to pander to a reggae, audience, you would have went for which I would love a Sean Paul versus.
Of course.
But you would do like Sean Paul versus
Mr. Vegas or something like that.
Not even Mr. Vegas.
Shaggy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sean Paul Shaggy, and you're like, this is the first thing you do for reggae.
Yeah.
You're like, they don't even go together. Shaggy and Sean Paul do not go together.
Yeah, but I think this goes together. Super Bowl.
It goes together. They just didn't need to add Mary to it.
Yeah, I don't like the Mary part.
So I love Mary J. Blige.
It's not that I don't like it, but it's like
she's not West Coast.
She doesn't.
It's one song.
Fit.
And it doesn't.
She doesn't fit very well.
But how do you pull in?
And Mary's too big.
Bring Lady of Rage
do
out.
One song.
Bring if you want to do.
Bring who?
Lady of Rage. Afro Puffs.
Oh no, I know who that is.
You want to rock rough and stuff with my Afro Puffs. If you want to
rock on with your bad self,
do something from the Above the Rim soundtrack. You want to really.
She would be like a good surprise.
But not
that's
to
how
everybody.
I would like that.
A lot of people would say,
yeah, but who is that? And it would force everybody to.
So that's
look
what I'm
at her
saying.
shit.
And she doesn't have a single big enough.
Yeah.
Afro Puffs was big in '94, whatever year that was, and that's it.
But it would
she
make
was on
a
a Steve
comeback.
Harvey show.
She was. Oh my goodness.
And the only reason why I remembered that is because they did Celebrity Family Feud, and she was on. Oh, what family did she come with? And so Steve didn't even realize it because she was like the last person. So then when he got there, he was like, "Oh, snap, Rage!"
Together, my God.
And I was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, and so he was explaining to the crowd, like, me and her were on Steve Harvey show together. I was like, "Oh shoot, she was Bullethead Eminem's friend."
Bullethead. Did you watch Steve Harvey show?
Yeah, man.
Nah,
dang, rest in peace, old what's his
Romeo,
name?
whatever his name was.
Wow.
What's his real name?
I don't know, but rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
And Hakeem from Moesha.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mo to
Look at where Jen took us. And now she's in her 90s TV shows back.